fucking cut the show off after that, and they kicked him off the bus. Like, I can only speak from a cultural aspect to what that game has meant in my life. But, like, black people ain't killing each other over Madden games. We'll shoot you over a dice game now. Dice game, that's a street thing. You get shot in a dice game, you did something wrong, something happened. That's a whole nother thing, but it's a video game. Like, imagine somebody shooting up Comic-Con or some crazy shit like that.
It's not that far-fetched.
Like, how far away, like, when do we sit and say, yo, white males are really the problem when it comes to gun violence in this country? Because guess what? Statistically, white people own most of the guns. White males are out here committing crimes with guns and then hiding behind mental health. Like, but we're constantly worried about stop and frisk and, oh, well, what about black on black crime? Or what about Latinos coming over, committing crimes, and they're immigrants? We talk about all that shit, but we don't ever acknowledge, like, yo, do you realize white people are most of the country, and white males at this time in our country are committing heinous violent acts, and we just let that shit go? No one talks about it. Like, our homie Mancini, he's white, and he sees it. We don't hold it against him, because we know, guess what? It's not all white males doing this shit. Like, I don't judge an individual based off the whole group. I judge the individual based off their individual actions. And when I saw that story with the kid Madden and killing them, and I'm just like, what are we coming to as a society, honestly? Like, the fact that, first off, most of the kids out here, honestly, are mentally soft. Like, y'all all got participation trophies. I don't know where that shit came from. I remember me and my sister got in a fight when I was younger, and she broke my participation trophy. I was actually happy. I was disgusted by that shit anyway. I didn't want it. I was like, if it's not a championship trophy, don't fucking give it to me. But anyway, I just hope we really start everyone looks around at each other and we know what the problem is, but we don't say it. And, like, for people like me, I don't like that. I can't just stand around and be like, oh, I wonder what the problem is. This is totally sad. We should march and talk about it, but then do nothing. And don't call out the people who are actually doing it. But anyway, that's it. And end on a positive note. Your boy got a new job. I'm just pretty much just waiting on some stuff to clear through. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
All I can say is,
shout out new jobs until you got that new check.
fair enough, Pete.
Yeah.
But honestly, when it comes to just grinding, what Pete kind of said, sometimes you can't want something so bad that it's all you think about, and you don't, like, really appreciate the steps to get there. Because in life, like, you can't have happiness without some pain. Like, we all want happiness and joy and all this other shit, but we don't want to accept the pain that comes with it. And the fact is, to be successful, you got to suffer and go through some shit. But anyway, that's it for me. I totally forgot another thing I was going to talk about. But yeah.
Yeah, man. Great points there. Really appreciate that. That was actually a really great rant. Surprisingly, even though it went a little longer than I would have liked, but it was a great rant. You had a lot of great things to say, and you didn't repeat yourself too much. So shout out to you. The last thing I want to say, man, before we close out Touchdowns and Tangents, episode 89, 90, 88, we don't even know anymore. We'll figure that shit out. But I just want to close out by saying, if you like this podcast, please review it on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, Speaker, YouTube, whatever you're at. Like it, subscribe it, share it with a friend, man. Radio Public, Podchaser, anywhere you get your podcast, we're there. And I just want to say, this is a dedication to all you weak-ass sports shows. I think the past few weeks, we've
been nice, all you bum-ass journalists out there.
I think because, as we've alluded to, we've both been grinding and stuff like that and trying to figure out all of our lives outside of this podcast. And now that things are finally coming together again, and now that football season is finally here and all this shit is happening at the same time.
Oh, we've been paying attention.
Timing is lining up for Touchdowns and Tangents to really take off and dominate. And what you can expect whether you're listening to it on the Good News radio station app and website, whether you're listening to it on FPC radio website, whether you're listening to it on X Squad affiliate radio, wherever you're listening to, you can expect a lot of greatness moving forward. I'm talking about not just getting more and more guests in here and getting more and more guests to call in, and not just, taking time to have tangent, candid conversations with people about a wide spectrum of things, but I'm talking about getting back to what we do best and what we've always done best, and that's providing analysis and context, background information, culture on the week's football news, especially now that we'll actually have real news and not just rumors. So look out for that.
Stats.
Look out for Anchor coming back. Look out for our live pre-show coming back.
Oh.
Look out for our on-demand presence getting back up to speed, and me getting in there and producing it and editing it. Look out for Medium getting back consistent. Look out for Left Coast Sports coming back. Look out for all these things to really start unfolding in our next partnership, which I'm not going to announce yet until it's officially official. But yeah, look out for Touchdowns and Tangents to continue to take off. And so that's really just what I want to close out to. So please share it while we have little clout, so you can say you broke us or whatever the case, whatever you want to say.
Shout out to Chris, who's been in the chat room all night. Shout out to you. And
shout out to Trey. Shout out to Good News. Shout out to all our people.
Speaking of which, a little story real quick. Keith, I remember when he said, how are you guys going to talk NFL and sports when it's the off season? And Pete, last time I checked, we've had nothing but content like this entire off season.
Yeah, whether it's been straight sports content, whether it's been candid conversations about culture related or around sports, we're here every single week, and we hope you will be too.
Shout out to Lawndale High for winning their game. By the way, Jordan Wilmore is a freaking monster. He literally had a 99-yard touchdown run and 80-yard touchdown run.
And shout out to the OG Sundial alum Julius for peeping us out on IG Live. Shout out to Good News Radio for being on IG Live. And shout out to Mancini on IG Live.
Shout out to the homie Thomas for getting a gig. NFL Network. You've been grinding hard, man.
And shout out to my cousin who's actually a DA and actually said he listens to our podcast every single week.
Hey, hook it up with some legal advice.
Yeah, we might need that. All right, man. We're way over time. Touchdowns and Tangents. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace.